r/AskReddit by Reddit and chill. You wake up and you are the only person left on Earth. What are some of the first things that you would do? Go back to bed. I can deal with this later. Who's gonna stop me? Nobody? Okay, good night. While infrastructure is all still up and running, download a text version of Wikipedia and a map of all known nuclear power plants in North America so that I know where to avoid after a few weeks. Steal a bike. Steal a car big enough. And just travel around for a year seeing shit like the White House. Area 51. Go nuts in the Met's medieval weaponry section. Ditch the car, bike, and find a new car as needed. Along the way, scavenge for things like food, clothes, solar chargers, etc. Grab a gun and plenty of ammunition to protect against feral or rabid animals. And find a dog or two to bring with me to keep myself sane. Figuring that the 1-year mark is when gasoline will start going bad. At that point, make my way to a Northern California fishing town to settle down. Just drive up the coast until I find a place I like. Stockpile dry canned goods, fishing and camping gear, and make a life for myself until I get bored with the books in the local library and probably commit suicide. I currently live in an NorCal fishing town and I promise that it will be a beautiful place to live out the rest of your life. Find a library and hope I don't lose my glasses. That's not fair at all. There was time now. Cry because I have a phobia of being lonely. So many puppies to rescue. Try contact space station. True. OP did say everyone on Earth. But the ice isn't on Earth. Read. There is time now. All the time I need. But what if your glasses broke? Alive in Tucson. This show was severely underrated. Morning piss is always my first activity, regardless of the circumstances. I will try to restart civilization, but I can't do that as a male. A person previously commented on a thread like this that she will go to sperm bank and start having lots of kids so a human race can exist. My worry about this is dying before the children can take care of themselves. Wait for Reddit to refresh. Instantly post to r/no stupid questions. Is the world over? Load a semi with supplies and head for Montana. You're going to want to live in the coldest region reasonable. Because in 6 months you're going to see a big increase in predators. In a year a huge increase. They will all start moving south to the warmer climate regions because of more plentiful food sources. You do not want to be in the middle of that. And I'd put on some really sexy underwear. And dance to Van Halen songs in the middle of the street. Will predators increase that much since Chris Hansen is dead? So, 3 ways this question can be answered. First version. I wake up. And know I'm the only person left. I first question my sanity. Try to contact some people with some variation of the message. I think I have gone insane. I can't see any other person. I am currently at XY. If you're out there, get me to a mental institution. If nothing happens after some time, we go to the second version. Second version. I wake up. Know that I'm the only person left on Earth. And know that I'm not insane. I cry a lot. Because I am going to miss a crap ton of people. After some hours I get up, break into a supermarket and get some crucial supplies. I get drunk, masturbate outside for the first, definitely not the last, time. After a couple of days of depression I start with getting myself more supplies. Download some porn on one of my hard drives before the internet collapses. I then travel to the National Library, where I will spend the rest of my days. Version 3. I don't know that I am the last person. Everyone is just gone. I start by searching the town for people. I will probably question my sanity for some days. Before I'm convinced that no one is there, I'll travel to the places where my loved ones lived. Try to find them. The depression will be less heavy, as I have more time to grief. When I'm convinced that I am the last person, we go back to version 2. Nonetheless, the second version prevails. Naruto walk into Area 51. Naruto walk into Area 51. Somebody has to let the aliens out. Maybe they will take you back to their planet. I'd probably rub one out. Need that post-nut clarity. But it's November. Take far too long to realize I'm the only person left on Earth. Depends. Did the Vrians just disappear? If so, I won't notice for the first day or two. Then I'd start checking the internet. Because presumably that would still be up if everyone just vanished. Then if it still seemed like everyone was gone, I'd start going outside looking for people. Put up big signs like Tandy did. And then just start stocking up on food that lasts and clean water until I can come up with a real plan. Where do you live that you wouldn't notice everyone suddenly disappearing? Don't you go to work school? Cry. Round up as much fresh food as I possibly can. Find a professional kitchen so I can prep that food for long-term preservation. All the fresh food in stores will go bad soon. You know that fuel goes off, right? You've got about 6 months best case on that gas. And maybe a year and change on that diesel. Assuming you won't be able to refine new fuel, you'd best not rely on modern machinery and generators. If you're the only one eating, you should be sustainable with just manual effort, so you'll want to find tools for farming and make sure you've got backups. You can't just pop to Walmart and get more. Well, you can if you can get there, but you get my meaning. Cancel my Tinder account. Finally have a shit without being disturbed. Probably just kill myself within the first realization of that fact. Most realistic answer. Time trials on the interstates. Do some farming and relax as the sun rises on a bright full universe. Hug my dog. Stockpile every waifu pillow in the world. Create monstrous mound of waifu pillows towering above the city skylines. With a throne created in the style of the throne of kings from GOT but made out of sex dolls. Grow out my neck beard. Wear a Burger King crown with chicken tendies taped to it. And sit on my throne as the king of the good boys. You'll have won the game of wafers. I would wonder where the duck my wife went. Check for the car in the garage. Still there. Call her. No answer. Call neighbor. No answer. Call family. No answer. Assume she's collapsed somewhere in the house. And search frantically. Give up and wander outside. Looking. Call 911. No answer. Wander to neighbors and knock. No answer. Take car to nearest police department. Find nobody. Finally. I would brake. I'd speed back home. Entering full panic mode. Where the duck is everyone. People don't just disappear. What's happening? Is everyone hiding in their basements? Or evacuating the city? Is there severe weather? A nuke? Why won't my wife answer her phone? I check the internet. Try calling everyone I know. I drive 30 minutes to my hometown to find family. Nothing. I fall apart. Probably spend the rest of that day crying. The next day I drive further. Write a book. Immediately going through every single house I can humanly go through. Not looting anything, except maybe the really cool stuff, but mostly just to see how other people lived. How they decorated. Their house design, etc. Why not take stuff you need? Nobody's missing it. Go on every YouTube video and comment last. Drive to San Diego, best weather on the planet. Go grab a mansion that has a piano in it. Start a lamb and goat farm. Load up on booze and pot. Find one of those realistic sex dolls. Develop shifts in my brain that allow me to think the sex doll is a real person. From there we will see how long I last. Even though I am introverted, it still helps to be around people. I give that lifestyle about 3 years, then I just off myself. Everything. I mean, what isn't there to do? Go to a local car dealer and just use the nicest car they have. Drive as fast as I ducking want down the motorway. Go to the airport. Get a plane. Work out how to take off. I've got so much time here. Keep crashing them till I lift off. Then crash land them somewhere. Make sure you got a parachute, obviously. Eat all the shit food I want. Meth and heroin is the last thing I would do, and I'd have a gun. So I could kill myself afterwards. Endless possibilities. I won't ride a roller coaster. Ain't no one to stop it. Gotta rig some shit up to stop it. The only thing you can't do is duck a human. Obviously duck a monkey to restart human civilization. Do you know how strong a monkey is? That monkey would rip your dong off like a celery stalk and throw that shit in the tall grass. YouTube.com link. Download all videos on Pornhub ASAP. Then we get to the real work. Find books, and when I find enough I'd start a project to collect all evidence of our civilization. I'd start with a history from beginning to end in video format. I would save it in USBs, leftover tablets, video devices, etc. I would then stash it all around the world. I would most likely build modular capsules I can drop all over the world. I'm sure the internet would still be running depending on how everyone went. If not, there are still plenty of intranet projects for this very scenario. I'm sure there's a couple of corporations you could raid with fiber connections, hopefully still up with enough storage capacity to capture the important stuff. Steal a car and learn how to drive. And probably just enjoy my surroundings while exploring for the first few hours. Is it really stealing if nobody exists but you anymore? I would say no. Look for something else to duck. Ah yes. Survival tactics. Are the other bodies still warm? JK. Doesn't matter. I think it's a scenario where everyone doesn't really die, but rather like they just stopped existing all at once. God, just imagine the sudden silence. Loot. I'm gonna just start my own farm. A week passes. I have all the food and water I need and I start to get lonely. Just as I start thinking I'll be stuck as the last person on Earth, I get a phone call. Maybe it's the government explaining what has happened, or a group of survivors contacting everybody. I answer the phone and hear a female voice. You are entitled to free health insurance. I'd be tripping balls till the end of my time. Still poop with the bathroom door closed. Make a large family of dogs and I guess try to teach them to be self-sufficient, since I'll die soon. If it was a situation like in Dr. Stone, then just start figuring out how to live and survive like a normal human being. If not, then just the same but dying for no reason later on. I think it would be a race to get sustainable prior to services such as electricity and internet going down. In no particular order. And based on where I was. Locate as many portable solar chargers as possible. I already have a few. But the more the better. Hit the Apple Store. Steal and set up maybe 4-5 iPhones and iPads. Turn off iCloud storage and get as much games, apps, and movies and music as I can on them while the internet is still up. Local electronics store. Steal maybe 4-5 top-end laptops. Grab several TB hard drives. Download as many movies, games, entertainment as I can. Yes, I realize this all takes time. But who knows how long these systems can stay up. Locate an Airstream or similar off-grid sprinter camper van. With solar power and a water heater. Gas it up with a few 5-gallon tanks in the back. Portable shelter will be key initially. Find a dog. Or several. Weapons. Hit the gun store. We'll need some defenses against aggressive animals. 44 mag. 22. 9mm pistol. 308 rifle. And an AR-15 should do it. Few hundred rounds backup. Hit the grocery store. Get some food, water/liquor and load up the Airstream. I live in Chicago, which is not a place you want to be. Summer or winter. Without electricity. So I'd trek off probably to either North Carolina or San Diego, where weather is moderate most of the year and I'd be able to survive all seasons. Airstream with solar and a source of water should keep me fed on canned goods. Rice and pasta for as long as the cooktop lasts. I think the main concern here would be to get long-term entertainment and solar power secured, along with getting to a livable environment before you can no longer access gas and things like that. Find the biggest dildo ever. Kill myself. Quite literally, no point in living. Watch The Last Man on Earth. Get ideas. Hope my ISP doesn't have an automatic cut-off for my internet when my bank stops having funds to take. Search for other humans? The world is too big to ever know for sure. There is a dessert shop near my house. That's all, folks. After crying and missing everyone I love. Laugh because now my student loans are null and void. Celebrate. Take an Excedrin and go back to bed. Get up and gather food. Who let the dogs out of the local animal shelter? That would be me. Drive to somewhere where the weather is better. Take over a farm. Raid local pharmacies for my needed medications. Research how to make needed medications. Try to figure out how this happened and what steps are required to further survival. Take a moment to appreciate that many of the headline disasters that the news agencies and activists have been screaming about are now points that are entirely moot. Ducking like and subscribe.